Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the morning, St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We are here in the Beaux-Arts Ford studio, and we got a lot of stuff going on. We have a suspect arrested after the Ponte Vedra double homicide, a realtor facing federal drug and gun charges. You can explore the history of Irish settlers and the first St. Patrick's Day parade in America, and proposed marriage bill fails to pass legislation. We'll have that and a lot more, but first I got to tell you about the great people at Beaux-Arts Ford. Since 1949, Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's been a St. Augustine tradition built on trust, family values, and doing things the right way. For 75 years, generations of drivers have relied on Beaux-Arts for quality vehicles and honest service. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee, Beaux-Arts makes car buying truly effortless. That's the Beaux-Arts difference. Their award-winning state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment maintenance, over 40 mobile service vans to bring the Beaux-Arts difference to you, and even Ford's Garage right there on site. Recognized with the prestigious Triple Crown Award and the President's Awards, Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln delivers hometown service with a national level of excellence. You'll find friendly faces, great pricing, and a better buying experience. Just off I-95 and State Road 16, Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, we got big shout-outs to Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chris Lucero, Bail Bonds, St. Augustine Handy House, and Sonny's Barbecue. Please get out there and support all our wonderful sponsors as they support us and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app from the Apple Store, and check out the merch store that you'll find directly in the app. Hey, Blake, good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday.
Yeah, it's St. Patrick's Eve.
Yes, it is.
St. Patrick's Eve, and my hat's a little wonky, so got to fix up my hat there. All right. So Blake, how was your weekend, buddy?
It was all right. Just a little bit basic, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have to run around and film everything and do everything?
Yeah, true. So yeah, because unfortunately the PGA Tour did not respond back to my request. So
you didn't get your media pass from the players, huh?
No.
Oh, that's a bummer. All right. Question of the day. Today's question of the day is about donuts, Blake. All right. When you have donuts, how many donuts do you normally eat? Is it 1, 2, or more?
Oh, gee. Oh, no. Well, I can definitely say it's definitely not a dozen, so.
Yeah, you're somewhere between 1 and a dozen is what you're saying?
No. I'm going to say at least 2.
At least 2. See, and I used to be at least 2, and now if I eat more than 1, I feel all bloated, and that's part of being old, I guess. And the donuts I eat are big ones, so I'm a 1 donut guy, and I don't know if that's normal or not. We're gonna find out in the audience there, but
yeah,
Nick's 3 right off the bat, so.
But it also depends on donut as well. Like.
Yeah, if it's the minis, I mean.
Yeah.
The little tiny ones, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those you're 4 or 5 in before you get to 1 real donut.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But if it's Krispy Kreme, though, you definitely got to have more than 1.
See, I got to do 1 because if I do 2, I'm uncomfortable. So. Oh, Joy's saying it's no selfies day. Well, that's going to be a lot hard for a lot of people to celebrate.
Yeah.
All right. All right. It is now time for a quick check of the weather. I was going to give an exact time of when the rain's going to come, but I'm just going to say it is going to rain this afternoon, so be prepared for it. Get all your stuff done this morning. It looks like they backed it up a little bit, like around 3 o'clock or so. So try and get your stuff done. A lot of stuff going on around town. It's spring break for local schools. private school. Maybe it's not at spring break yet, but it's spring break for local schools. So you won't have to deal with school buses. So, all right. And that is brought to us by Ben 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's hidden gems, Ben 39, located inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, including 50 rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. Ben 39 is perfect for date. Easy for me to say. Whew. Let's try that again. Ben 39 is perfect for date night or unwinding after work. Enjoy wines by the glass or the bottle in a peaceful, great. Oh my gosh, Blake! I should have maybe given you this read. Sorry, Ben 39. All right, in a peaceful courtyard setting with live music adding to the atmosphere. Open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop in and say, "I'll have what Irving's having." Ben 39, your taste to discover. All right, it is time for Hit the Blake's Traffic Report. What you got out there, Blake?
Traffic's looking all right out there this morning.
Looks like it's moving pretty good.
Yeah, it's moving all right.
Did you speed up the cameras?
No.
These people need to slow down. Whew.
Yeah, they are moving a little bit fast. So it looks like that.
Right.
Yeah. But speaking about weather, though, did you get woken up by lightning last night, or?
I never really sleep that well, so I don't know if it's the lightning or the cat, So it could be either one.
Yeah.
No, but it was interesting. Kenny, you're doing great. Thanks, Kenny. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. No, but I mean, I like sleeping in the rain. I think it's one of those things that actually helps me sleep.
Yeah. All right. Wrong camera. That Hit the Blake Traffic Report is brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and explore over 500 years of St. Augustine history in the most fun and flexible way possible. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and more than 100 points of interest, including the Castillo de San Marco, the Fountain of Youth, and Paz Wax Museum. Enjoy open air all day hop on, hop off access, plus free parking at the old jail and welcome centers. And when the sun goes down, experience the city's spooky side with Ghosts and Gravestones tour. Locals ride free for guests at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time.
All right, that gets us into our first story. Ponte Vedra Beach realtor faces sentencing in federal drug and gun case. According to reporting from the St. John Citizen, a former Ponte Vedra Beach real estate broker is expected to be sentenced next month after pleading guilty in a federal gun and drug trafficking case. Federal prosecutors say Brandon Houston Hobbs entered up a guilty plea in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Florida. The three charges: conspiracy to traffic firearms, making false statements to a federal licensed firearms dealer, and conspiracy to distribute and possess with intent to distribute cocaine and Adderall. As part of the plea agreement, prosecutors agreed to dismiss 3 additional charges during sentencing. Under federal guidelines, Hobbs now faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years in prison with the potential of a maximum of 65 years. The most serious charge, the drug conspiracy count, carries a possible sentence ranging from 5 to 40 years. Investigators say Hobbs purchased at least 121 firearms between March 2022 and June 2024, including 67 guns during the first half of 2024 alone. Prosecutors allege he repeatedly advertised firearms for sale and described himself as an arms dealer. Despite not having required federal license, authorities say he also arranged to obtain specific firearms for buyers. Court documents state Hobbs sometimes traded firearms for drugs, including Adderall and cocaine, and sold weapons to individuals he knew were drug dealers or otherwise prohibited from possessing firearms. Federal prosecutors also say Hobbs falsely filed out an ATF Form 4473 in April of 2024, claiming he was actually a purchaser of a firearm and not buying it for resale. even though the gun had already been advertised for sale. The investigation intensified following the June 26, 2024 traffic stop involving Hobbs Maserati, where officials reportedly discovered the suspect's cocaine, approximately 17 grams of Adderall, packaging material, and ammunition inside the vehicle. Whew, he just wanted to get caught. Hobbs is scheduled to be sentenced in federal court next month, where a judge will determine the final prison term under the terms of the plea agreement. Man, this guy didn't know when to stop, did he, Blake?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess, he had to pay for that Maserati somehow, huh?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, are Maseratis really that good of a car?
Not really.
No.
Not really. If I'm going to go big, I'm not going with the Maserati.
No.
So, if you go big, where are you going? I'm going McLaren.
Ferrari.
You're going Ferrari? There you go. But Ferrari's not really a Formula One team, though.
No, it's. I don't want to say Red Bull because they're kind of not good right now.
Yeah, what happened to Verstappen? He started the race, and then what happened? Did his car break or?
Yeah, I think it was a technical issue though, but still could be worse. At least they're not Aston Martin though. They're having like struggles right now, and you can actually see on the onboard cameras, Fernando Alonso had to take his hands off the steering wheel because the vibration from the Honda engine in the back of his car was causing so much vibration. The team was worried that it was going to cause permanent nerve damage.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And McLaren didn't get to run at all. What happened with them? I saw where Piastri. Because I always check. I don't always see but I always check, and it said Piastri and Lando both
did not start.
Didn't get start. Did they get disqualified or?
No. A technical issue on like there was something wrong with their car on their end. So I'm not really sure what happened there.
Yeah. Nick says Maserati are garbage.
Yeah.
So he's claiming Porsche on his.
Yeah, good choice.
All right. Here we go. St. Augustine's Irish history and first recorded St. Patrick's Day parade in the Americas. Just in time for St. Patrick's Day, an historic exhibit in St. Augustine is highlighting the city's little-known connection with what historians say may have been the first recorded St. Patrick's Day celebration in the Americas. The exhibit is located inside the St. Augustine Visitor Information Center, next to the city's parking garage. It explores historical records showing that St. Augustine held a St. Patrick's Day religious procession as early as the year 1600, decades before well-known celebrations in Boston. According to researchers, the event was organized by Father Richard Arthur, an Irish priest who lived in the Spanish colonial settlement during the late 1500s. Historical documents indicate that the procession honored St. Patrick, and records mention celebratory cannon fire and gunpowder used during the event. The exhibit was created by Rachel Sanderson, whose nonprofit organization Sin Barcos focuses on preserving and sharing early Florida history. One of the centerpiece artifacts is a document discovered in Spanish archives by Michael Francis, which provides written evidence of early St. Patrick's Day celebrations in Colonial City. The exhibit also highlights the presence of Irish settlers in early St. Augustine, including families who lived in the area during the colonial era and through the time of the American Revolution. Displays include historic records showing Irish colonists naming children Patrick, as well as the interactive map of colonial St. Augustine featuring 3D renderings of buildings and impeded historic data. Organizers say the exhibit helps connect the city's Spanish colonial history with its lesser-known Irish heritage. The exhibit will remain on display in the Visitor Information Center through April 30th, after which the organizers hope to bring the display to other cities to share St. Augustine's unique place in the early history of St. Augustine's St. Patrick's Day celebration. Now, the parade was the Celtic parade and St. Patrick's Day parade was on Saturday. and I didn't realize they had the Talamano cemetery open, and it's only open certain times, and it's I think it's once a quarter or once a month or something like that. And I've only been in there. Have you ever even been in there, Blake?
I have not. I've
Well,
not been
well,
there.
they did a really nice thing. They had like the graves that were connected with Irish families, and they had little Irish flags in there. But the cemetery was open in like the 1780s. They started using it then, and it closed like in the 1880s or something like that. So it was open about 100 years. But I didn't realize a lot of the Catholics went over. They moved their graves over to the mission ground. So it was kind of a neat little history bonus on Saturday morning. So if you get a chance, check out the Talamado and keep an eye on when they're open, because it's really cool. And I like stuff like that. I don't know. Like, do you like stuff like that? Does it make me morbid? A little bit.
Do you like learning about your own like where you might end up or?
No, you guys are gonna cook me. My ashes will be everywhere. I have a feeling you guys are gonna spread me around like Flat Stanley. So, yeah, I plan on living to 140, so it's okay.
All
right. Blake, do you want to do the Gas Buddy gas report, or you want me to do it, sir?
I can do it, even though the gas prices are a little bit questionable.
I want you to give the bad news. You do it.
All right, fine. Gas by gas report. Let us know in the comments how gas prices are after a fun weekend. We had Circle K out on 207 at 368. The Sunoco at 2199 North Ponce is at 369. The gate on Misel Road is 371. Please don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. Shell at 146 King is 373. The Shell at 2350 North Ponce is 375. The Owens at 780 South Ponce is 377. The Sunoco at 450 South Ponce is 377. The Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard is 277. The gate on US 1 is 379. And the Circle K on US 1 is 379. That Gas by Gas report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. When the unexpected happens, turn to the name St. Augustine Trust. Chris Lucero Bail Bond, available 24/7. The experienced and compassionate team moves fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. They handle everything from paperwork to release with professionalism, discretion, and zero judgment. When every man counts, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245.
All right, I'll do the live music report.
The happier side of the
yes, I got the easy one. All right, live music today from visit staugustine.com. We have Jim Lamb at the Milltop Tavern at noon. Richard Kansicki at Cafe Alcazar at 12:15. I wonder why they start at 12:15. I always wondered that. Muddy Marshall at Ben 39. Joshua Tennessee Worthy at the Milltop at 4:30. Kevin Edwards at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5. Stu Weaver at Harry's. Amo Doyle at Meehan's at 6. Matt Wilson at Cortez's at 7. And Josh Tennessee Worthy doing double duty at the Milltop. He's also going to be playing there at 9 o'clock. That music report is brought to us by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home or property, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. Specializing in residential and multifamily roofing, Fidus delivers expert shingle roof solutions, metal roof installations, and quality paperwork built to handle Florida's toughest weather. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, their work is backed by top-tier materials and trusted warranties. From emergency repairs to full roof replacements, Fidus gets it done right. Call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus, where trust is built from the top down. All right, tapping into the trends with the good Troy. Blake, what do you got today on the trends?
So I want to focus on something from our youth.
Our youth or from your youth?
My youth.
Okay, all right.
Mainly my generation because according to a new study that was published in a magazine, Neurology, and today was done by the University of Utah, many memory and cognitive disability rates are surging in young people, And according to this, nearly 1 in 10 adults under 40 in the U.S. now report serious difficulty with memory, concentration, or decision making. Researchers from the University of Utah analyzed over 4.5 million survey responses collected for a decade and found that rates of self-reported cognitive disability among adults from ages 18 to 39 nearly doubled over the decade, jumping from 5.1% to 9.7%. Yeah, so the share of U.S. adults reporting serious cognitive difficulties rose from 5.3% to 7.4% across the same period. Now, the study defines cognitive disability as seriously difficult in concentrating, remembering, or making decisions due to a physical, mental, or emotional condition. This is not diagnosing people with dementia, and is not claiming that millions of young Americans have Alzheimer's. But however, also this report was self-reported on, not clinically diagnosed by an actual doctor. So these are people that say themselves that they have a cognitive disability.
Okay.
There.
So they claim it themselves.
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of like MD.
Yes.
So okay. So I'm not sure exactly where to go with this one.
Yes.
So it's ages what
18 to 39. The numbers again were starting in 2015. It was 5.1%. And the last report in 2025 was 9.7%. They did not survey the same people again, and there was no data recorded in 2020 due to the issues with the pandemic. The survey was done via. It was a survey that was. So
it was more of a survey than an actual study.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you, my memory definitely is not what it was when I was your age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I might know 5 phone numbers now, but I bet I knew over 100 phone numbers when I was 25 because it was necessary. Your phone has, I think phones have hurt a lot of our memories because we put things in there and then we're like, okay, we don't have room for that anymore in our brain. So, and your generation has grown up with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's also a little bit more data here. So for talk about some of the older generation here. They also did survey those 70 and older, and actually in the same decades, their rates fell down slightly from 7.3% at the start of the survey to 6.6%. Mm-hmm. And that, but let's see, but there's also an income divide as well with the survey. Adults earning less than $35,000 annually had the highest reported rates, with the figure climbing from 8.8% to 12.6%. Mm-hmm. And adults with incomes above $75,000 saw a modest increase from 1.8% to 3.9%.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know about this one. It doesn't seem like it sounds like self-reporting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think my memory is still okay. Mm-hmm. But it definitely isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. So
your memory, I think, has went down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
I think you're relying on technology more. I mean, like you used to. I would say, what was March 3rd in 2010, and you'd be able to tell me what we did on that day. So now you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. So it's like do I think it just came to like, do I really want to remember that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got other stuff going on. So.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, I think we replaced a lot of stuff that we considered things we had to remember, and we put it in our phones, and now we're so reliant on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Here's the sad story, Blake. This one was kind of.
Dad, ad read, please.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, don't worry. The sad thing's not the St. Augustine Handy House.
Sad thing is not the ad read, but St. Augustine Handy House. Looking for a portable building that's built to last. St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Yacina Enterprise, has been serving the community since 1988. Featuring Handy House, America's #1 manufacturer of portable buildings. They offer everything from utility sheds and workshops to lofted barns, offices, and fully custom buildings, all designed for strength and long-term value. With over 70 structures in stock, plus free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, and easy financing, St. Augustine Handy House makes adding space simple. Visit them on State Road 16 or give them a call at 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, now we'll get to the sad story. This happened Friday night. So deputies arrest suspect after 2 killed in St. Johns County shooting. 2 people are dead following a late-night shooting in Palm Valley, and authorities say the suspect has now been arrested. According to the St. Johns County Sheriff Department, deputies were called around 10:30 p.m. Friday to the Walgreens near Palm Valley Road after multiple reports of gunfire. The deputies arrived. They found 2 victims suffering with multiple gunshot wounds in the parking lot. Both were transported to a nearby hospital where authorities say they later died from their injuries. Sheriff Robert Hardwick said investigators identified the suspect as 32-year-old Christian Barrios. Deputies believe the shooting was connected to a domestic situation, and the suspect knew the victims. After the shooting, Barrios fled the scene and ran onto the nearby TPC Sawgrass properties. Deputies say he encountered workers and security guards there and attempted to steal a vehicle while moving through the area. A large overnight search followed involving multiple law enforcement agencies, including Jacksonville Sheriff's Department, Jacksonville Beach Police Department, and St. Augustine Police Department. Authorities later located a stolen dark color BMW connected to the case after a pursuit in Nassau County. The Nassau County Sheriff's Department confirmed that Barrios was eventually arrested in Callahan, bringing the manhunt to an end. Investigators continue to process evidence from several locations connected to the case as the investigation moves forward. All right, and in the sheriff's press conference, he said this person was not from St. Johns County. Neither were the victims from St. Johns County. But just a tragedy. I mean, this is our 3rd homicide of the year, where we had 0 last year. So, come on, guys, we got to get it together. So, very sad. Thank you to all the law enforcement agencies that help apprehend this person, and hopefully he gets what he deserves. And I think the sad part is this person had over 27 charges and was in prison. They let him out, and then this happened. Yeah. So we got to do something better about keeping bad guys away from good people. So it did delay some of the openings at Saturday's Players Championship a little bit, and some of the luxury boxes opened a little bit later also. So they held the gates because of this situation to make sure everybody was in a safe place. So, any more comments on this one, Blake?
I got no other comments on the story, but just I'm just really glad that this wasn't a long manhunt. So
yeah, and I'm glad they caught him pretty quickly. The license plate readers really came into play on this, on catching him this quickly.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Legislature passes on banning marriage between first cousins. Whew, boy. Whew, this could have been in the trends. Oh, boy. I read this one, and I was like, okay, do we leave it in or not? A proposed change to Florida marriage law will not take effect this year after lawmakers failed to pass a wide-ranging Department of Health bill before the end of the legislative session. The legislation, House Bill 733, would have made Florida join most states in banning, why is this not a law already? Banning marriages between first cousins. And under the proposal, the state would have to stop recognizing those marriages beginning July 1st, 2026. Current Florida law does allow first cousins to marry. which places the state among the smaller group of states that still permit the practice. Supporters of the bill said the change would align Florida with the majority of the country, where such marriages are prohibited. Although the practice is considered uncommon in the United States, research suggests about 1 in 500 marriages involve first cousins. 1 in 500? Oh my gosh. Lawmakers indicate there was a little disagreement, about the specific provision. However, the cousin marriage language was part of a larger Department of Health bill, and disputes over other sections of the legislation prevented lawmakers from reaching the final agreement before the legislation ends. Okay, so that wasn't the reason they didn't pass it.
No.
There was other things in there. Okay, we still got to, oh man, come on. You know what, it doesn't matter.
Just make it into a separate bill.
Because the bill did not pass before the deadline, the proposal died for this year, meaning Florida law on first cousin marriages remains unchanged unless lawmakers visit the issue in future sessions. What? 1 in 500? I know 500 people. I wonder if I know someone who's married to their first cousin. I have to.
Probably someone at the land.
Probably, I have to. Wow. I mean, I know thousands of people.
All right.
500. You think that number's right?
I really hope it's not right.
So I hope it's not right.
Just wrong. So I just pulled up the bill on the Florida Senate side. So it was like a wide ranging Department of Health bill. So it includes like revising eligibility requirements of dentists, dental hygienists participating in the dental student loan repayment program, revising requirements for Department approval of qualified physicians and medical directors of medical marijuana treatment centers, creating the neurofibromatosis disease grant programs, prohibiting marriages between cousins, revising the requirements of micro-credential component of specialized training provided by the University of Florida Center for Autism and Neurodevelopment. So there has to be something in there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think it's weird that FDR and Eleanor were cousins, first cousins, and they married. You know, I don't know if people realize that they were fifth cousins. Yeah. That's a big difference between first cousins. You're sharing a grandmom or a granddad. Ooh, that's got to be weird at family reunions, unless the whole family's all in on it. So here's something wild. Like in Ecuador, there's a couple of tribes that live in the rainforest that they don't really associate with the other tribes. But to avoid incest, they kidnap women from other tribes to avoid, even they know not to marry your first cousin. 1 in 500. Wow. That could be the worst Florida story we've heard in a while.
That could be worse.
All right, Blake. All right. Bobby's saying that's only 0.002% of marriages.
Still bad.
That's still too high. All right. Go Air Force, Bobby. Here we go. Blake, how do you want to check the comments, sir?
On this Monday morning, I will melancholy maneuver through the myriad of monumental comments.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm going to tell you about the amazing people at B&S Signs. For over 50 years, family-owned B&S Signs has been the trusted name in the signage across St. Augustine and the surrounding area. From vinyl lettering to large pylon signs, B&S Signs does it all, backed by the fast installation, expert crane service, and reliable repair and maintenance to keep signs looking their best. Named Business of the Year in 2025, B&S Signs is known for quality, craftsmanship, and top-tier service. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. All right, election season's coming up. You people, I know there's a lot of people out there that watch this show for some of the political content, But if you're gonna run for any office at all, give BNS Signs a call. They have the best service, the best prices, and they can help you get elected. All right, Blake, what's in the comments in there?
All right, so some of the days today included Panda Day, No Selfie Day, and Lips Appreciation Day.
Okay.
For question of the day today, how many donuts could you eat right now? Tim says 0 because of his sugar.
Yeah.
Scott said 2. Joy said 1, but she used to eat 3.
That's where I was at, Joy. I'm in that same boat.
Yeah, congrats to Ashley and young Troy. They finally tied the knot together after 9 years together.
The young Troy.
Yep. The broken leg Troy.
Yeah.
and then and also for other comments today, Kelly said brain fog is real over 40, and Kenny said phones have ruined society.
I don't know if it's ruined. I think society's ruined society, but phones have definitely sped up that process.
Yeah.
So, all right. Today's Stoidum stat. I know everybody woke up early for this Stoidum stat, and I am sorry, Bobby. It is not about the Air Force. It is about the United States Military Academy at West Point. On this day is when, in 1802, is when West Point became the military academy. Now, during the Revolutionary War, West Point was a fort, and that was the fort that Benedict Arnold basically wanted to give up to the British for 6,000 pounds. It got foiled. Benedict Arnold had to go to England, and then he came back and fought against us. And I mean, so Benedict Arnold and West Point are always going to be tied together with that. But they only accepted men early on. During the Civil War, they were classmates that were across the line from each other, battling it out. The first African-American graduated from West Point in 1877, and the first woman was allowed in to West Point in 1976. So happy birthday to West Point. We appreciate all the great Americans you've put out. So, all right, that Stoidum stat is brought to us by Sonny's Barbecue. Craving real Southern barbecue. Sonny's Barbecue, located at 2720 State Road 16 in St. Augustine, serves up slow smoked favorites made to satisfy. Start with crowd pleasers like barbecue, pork egg rolls, smoked wings, and crispy corn nuggets. Then dig into their tender baby back ribs, or try one of the Pitmaster's picks with all the classic sides, including the famous garlic bread. And no visit is complete without Sonny's signature sweet tea. Sonny's Barbecue, local Pitmasters since 1968. All right. Blake, you got any plugs, sir?
Yeah, if you want to help support the 914 now, we got opportunities available here on Story and on Bollocks. If you want to bring your podcast to our studio, you can always contact me at blake9fornow@gmail.com. But later today, I'm going to be filling out lots and lots of brackets today.
Oh, yeah, because, and congratulations to USA making it into the finals of the World Baseball Classic. Great game.
Yeah.
Great game last night. The Dominican Republic and USA battled it out in a 2-1 game. And congratulations to the winners and all the people there at the Players Championship, getting in, beating the weather.
Congrats, Cameron Young.
Cameron Young, and it was nice. Big paycheck for him.
Yeah.
So, Cam, can I get a loan?
$4.5 million.
$4.5 million. That's a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good weekend. So it was beautiful up there. Got to see a lot of friends and people dressed to the nines out there at the Players. All right. We have Bollocks tonight, and we have Brandon Patty coming in on Thursday morning. The Patriot, our clerk of the court, coming in. Probably going to talk a little bit about the Middle East. He knows more about that than anyone I know. So thank you, guys. This is where I wave and smile. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.